People have told me that I need to hire a caregiver because I occasionally need help with buttoning, zipping, and tying ties on tops and dresses because of my physical disability. And anybody who says that better not ask anybody for help with their own clothing, opening a jar, opening a water bottle, etc. Let's go through some reactions to my apparently bold statement that disabled people deserve access to freedom of self-expression, meaning we should be able to wear what we want to wear, even if that means asking somebody to help us button, zip, or tie the tie. This person says, people were mad at you because you sounded entitled when you had your little tantrum because your friend said no. Nobody is obligated to help you or anyone else. Sorry, but it's the reality. There are tools you can get for those times or a paid helper. Expecting people to do everything for you all the time for free comes across as entitlement and unlikable. Disabled people, like everybody else, are entitled to basic respect and decency from our community. And yeah, nobody is required to help anybody, but when you're actively refusing to take 15 seconds out of your day to help somebody when they ask you, you're selfish. So the way they use the word tantrum is super childish, and it makes sense that I was upset that I had just bought a new top. I was so excited to wear it, and instead of being able to just wake up and put on that top and go about my day feeling good in my outfit, I had to ask somebody for help to put it on, and I was refused that help. So that new top that I was so excited about then became something that wasn't very exciting anymore, and that is disappointing. Obviously, a top is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it's about more than just the top. It's about how being refused help with that top made me feel as a disabled person. This person says, I think people are upset because you are upset about getting a no. I don't think anybody has a problem with the concept of the asking for help. Based on the comments I've been getting, I think it's both, but I still think that it is valid to be upset about being refused help with a 15-second task that you can't do because of your disability. And there's a lot of people taking issue with this because they assume that since you're disabled, you're needing help way more often than non-disabled people would. This person says, the difference is help is usually just a one-time thing, a crisis/problem, you lend a hand and crisis averted. This is not help, it's upkeep, it's regular. It's okay if it's talked about prior, but to just expect it of someone without discussing it prior is an overreach. People I lived with all knew I had a disability, and they all knew I occasionally needed help with things because they lived with me the year prior. Also, even if you do need to tie a top or zip a dress for somebody every day, which my roommates definitely were not doing for me because I didn't need them to, that is honestly okay. Those tasks are so simple and easy to do for somebody to the point where you wouldn't even think much about the fact that you're doing that every day. This comment really just shows the bias that I've pointed out, that people view helping disabled people differently than helping non-disabled people. Also really just shows that people have forgotten that friendships aren't just about physically helping each other, they're about emotionally helping each other as well, which I do a lot of in my friendships as a disabled person. Anyway, I just hope for the kindest world possible because we're all human, we all go through things in our lives, and we all deserve support from one another, whether that be physical or emotional support.